Are architects in India specifying wood with enough sensitivity to local climate yet? Or are we still doing a bit of what works in Delhi works everywhere?
I think designers are doing their job. They are designing things, it's more of our responsibility to actually tweak the execution side of it. I mean, they're doing a great job, so they should kind of continue to design great design. And depending on how they want the wood floor to be installed, what kind of design, which geography, I think that's the part which is our responsibility. So I don't think so there's a challenge over there.
Factory finished wood versus finishing it on site, most clients don't even know it's a choice. When does each one make sense?
See, in most cases, I think factory finished floors provide a finish which is not really possible at site. The production is happening under very controlled circumstances. The dust control is there, everything is there. You've got the machines and the tools to do it like kind of perfectly. And the geometry, good factories are able to create flooring pieces or elements or individual, planks in a very nice way. And they are packed very nicely, kept nicely. And so most of the job can be done with factory finished floors. Having said that, certain conditions or certain kind of designs do require on-site finishing. So that is also a possibility. We do more intricate designs that way. But once again, it's a question of choice. We prefer doing something in the factory so that the execution at site is like super fast.
The wood arrives, but the site isn't really ready. The plaster's still drying, AC isn't running, civil work's running late. What's that doing to the material while it waits?
Yeah, so if the material is at site at an inappropriate time, when I say inappropriate, we understand that the timber or the wood kind of, responds to changes in humidity. Normally, if you're talking about wood floors, they come packed, sealed in boxes and all that. So that should be fine, as long as, you're not flooding the floor or the area where you're going to put your wood floors, and they're not kept outside, exposed to sun or the other elements. As long as they are in a store, decently, put over there where they're not getting damaged and not exposed to elements, it's fine. Good ventilation should be there. Other than that, if you kind of leave or do the woodwork, which includes wood floors, at a time when there is still other work going on, we have to understand the material science here. We're talking about physics, right? Wood does respond to changes in humidity. So it will move, expand, contract, all that stuff will happen. So it's ideal that, it should only be done when the site is at a dry condition. When I say dry condition, the humidity in the air, which we call the RH or the relative humidity, should be more or less similar to the living environment. So that means all your wet work is done, all your other works, other trades have finished their work and, gone down. So the ideal state of putting a wood floor there at that time would be just before your furniture moves in. Of course, the site prep work has to be done all before so that everything is done and then the installation is like super fast.